Hello, I'm Bartling, and I certainly hope that you're going to enjoy this episode of Dow's Weekly Digest. It's a new season. It's a new year. During the Christmas and New Year's, I was sick. I caught myself a virus. I had my flu shot. I had my pneumonia shot. Thought I was set pretty good. But for whatever reason, I caught this virus. Somewhere during the early stages, I went and touched my eye because then the virus, when I did go to the doctor, he informed me that it went to my eyes. And believe me, folks, my eyes were pretty red. They were pretty red eyes. I went to the doctor. He said, here's some medication. Here's something to take. And oh, by the way, if you're in front of a computer or if you're in light and everything, I very strongly suggest you wear sunglasses. He says, I see you wear glasses. Do you have prescription sunglasses? I said, yeah, I have that covered. And I says, can I ask you why? He says, sure. He says, that particular medication I'm going to give you, it kind of has the effect of like dilating your eyes. And because of that, it's strongly recommended that you wear the sunglasses. Well, I took that information, and sure enough, when I picked up the prescription, right on it in yellow was a caution and saying, keep out of bright lights, either being artificial light or natural light. Don't be in the light so much. So I kind of took that. Then later, I kind of want to know more about my why. And so I used AI and did some checks on that. And it confirmed what the doctor had told me. Not that necessarily what the doc was going to say was wrong, but it doesn't hurt to check, does it? No. You see, that's what I recommend that you do, is don't forget Mr. W. Don't forget Mr. W and his cousins. Oh, Mr. W, that is Mr. Y. Don't forget Mr. Y and who, what, when, and the little cousin how. They will be so much of a help when you look at the challenges of the new year and the opportunities that you have, but the hurdles you may have in taking on that challenge. The story goes that there was a family gathering. That family gathering, there was going to be a feast. You see, all the relatives would be bringing in food. Well, great-grandmother was bringing her famous crowned pork roast. It would be, to me, equal to prime rib beef. Well, one of the attendees there, the little great-granddaughter, happened to be in the kitchen while great-grandmother was preparing her famous pork pot roast. And so the little great-granddaughter says, Great-grandmother, do you mind if I ask you questions and I take notes? She says, no, my dear. I'm so happy that you even are going to ask me. So she says, as grandmother would put the different spices on the sage, whatever it might be, the great-granddaughter was writing down the questions and saying, why do you put it on now? Or is there going to be different times that you're going to put these on and so forth? And, oh, I see that you've got a tent kind of around it here of aluminum foil. Great-grandmother was ready to put her pot roast into the oven. And then great-granddaughter says, well, I got one more question. I think I only have one more question. I might have more. But it says, Great-grandmother, I see that when you got it all prepared and you're ready to do, just before you put the pot roast in it, over here on this one end, you cut about an inch off of that end there. Is there a reason why you cut about an inch off that? And before great-grandmother could answer the question, grandmother pops up and says, oh yes, everybody knows that. Great-grandmother cuts off that end off of the pot roast so that it's open, and so that as the juices in the pan start to develop there, they'll infuse and go back into the pot roast itself. And it makes it, taste so moist and so good and everything. That's that's why she does that. That's why great grandma does that right there. Great grandmother let a little pause go by, and she says, child, I don't know where my daughter got her information, but that is totally false. The only reason that I cut about an inch off of the end of the pot roast is that's only how big my pan is. I don't have a bigger pan. That's the only reason. The other information that you heard from my daughter is a fabrication. And I don't know where she got that information other than maybe her imagination. That great granddaughter was asking the why questions. Let me take you back in time. Back in time, we can remember these, can't we? Remember wearing these? Yes. And we were all kind of flowing down the stream all together. I don't think we asked many why questions. And maybe, who knows, some of the information that we got in asking our why questions, Mr. Why, was from their imagination. Towards the end of it, we were going to hold a lunch and learn. We thought we'd hold one there, and people were getting kind of antsy to get back together. We contacted the venue that we used many times. And in doing so, they said yes, that they could help us, and we could hold the event there of the lunch and learn. But there were certain things that had to be done. Number one, everyone needed to wear one of these. And I, as a speaker, then I had to wear one of these. I had to put this around my head. Kind of sound like Darth Vader. Luke, I am your son. Well, when they give us that information, then I started to ask some why questions. Why they needed those things, particularly in our state. And they come back with different little citations and things like that. But all the studying that I've done, I couldn't find where those were actually called for by those particular items, citations they were referring to. So we did not hold that lunch and learn. Later in the year, we did. And you know what? These were not needed. So I invite you, as you look at the year 2026, and you look at your challenges and opportunities to take on those challenges, to don't forget Mr. W and his cousins. Mr. Why and who, what, when, and that little cousin how. If you do so, I think you'll definitely benefit from it. And so will those around you, because sometimes you may be the brave one to ask Mr. W questions where the others want to, but they don't for whatever reason. And blessed are they who ease the pain of misfortune, for they shall be called insurance agents. You take care.